I'm Eric Roberts, and this is a legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We are live. I'm your host, Paparazzo Dave Chapman, and we've got yet another great show for you tonight because we are looking at Doctor Who Should Return, the Monsters Edition. We're looking at classic monsters that we would love to see come back in the new Who era. And we've got a great group of people who've done this. So let's start out with, since we haven't seen him in a long time, our good friend Nick Smith.
Who, me?
Hey, Nick.
Hi,
Yeah.
it's good to see you.
Start out with you straight up.
Live from Western New York in the house by the cemetery. The only monsters around here are the deer in the backyard eating the hosta. Oh, those deer.
Protecting you from the zombies.
It's true. The zombies have got to get through them to get to me. Thank you, dear.
There you go. And
I got to say, I was at the Nickel City Comic Con about a week ago.
Ooh.
And it's in Buffalo. And our dear friend Eric Roberts was there. And he sends his best wishes. He's hale and hearty and healthy. So it was good. And people were coming up to me and saying, we love the show. They watch it every week. So that's really cool to meet people in person who are watching. Hi, Raj. Hi, Dan. Hi, Rose. Also, I wanted to say congratulations to Christian and everybody. 2 million views on YouTube. That is a lot of views. Congrats.
it is. We're doing great, and we're only upward from there.
Yes.
Hey, it's Nick Smith.
Oh, how about that?
All
Hi,
right.
friends.
Next up, from not his usual studio space, our good friend Tom, Reverend Amagon. How you doing, my good friend?
Yeah.
It's
Trying to
one
get
of
that
those
pose right.
Yeah.
Strike a
I've been
pose.
dealing with a lot of stupid people today, so I feel that.
Well, the break. Working on, our stuff on Spill the Geek Tea on Instagram. So trying to get all the details, everything else done, and all that good stuff. So
Yay! And of course, as usual, after Tom, he doesn't even have to save us from the craziness that is Tom this time. We've got our good friend Sean from Our Philosophy Is. Sean, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm ready for some wobbly sets and some bubble wrap today. I want to talk about some classic monsters.
Woohoo!
So, real excited.
I learned something about bubble wrap just the other day.
What's that?
That it was originally created to be a textured wallpaper.
Oh.
That was its
really?
original intent.
Ah,
And it was kind of terrible. So they made it into a packing thing and apparently a costume.
right. Yes. And half of Classic Who budget probably went to
Yes.
bubble wrap. Yes.
Exactly.
Put some on my walls.
A total of 17 cents.
And look, expressing his exasperation with us.
Ready.
You could have waited, just give me an intro so I could get ready. I was just like rubbing my eyes and
Like, oh, you guys.
just like, and the
no.
lighting here is just there we go. Keeps
It's like,
falling down.
no, you're just, oh, you guys, bubble wrap. No.
You get at least give me an intro so I know I'm like,
Oh, is
It's
that
Christian.
I'm just getting off work. I'm just like, okay.
I wanted to throw you in there just because I'm a jerk.
What? Thanks.
Throwing a freaking bone here.
Nothing needs to be said. Why? The lighting is just weird. I really need to fix this.
It's
lighting.
Halloween.
It is Halloween, and I wanted to show people what we are starting. Hopefully, we will bring it out either this month or next month. If you had seen it, there is a video out of this. Anybody a Harry Potter fan, or what is it called? Potterheads.
Potheads.
So potheads. No, shut up. So I have created this device. If anybody's been following me, I wanted to come up with an idea to somehow combine a Harry Potter wand and a sonic screwdriver. And for the longest time, I've been trying to. What I was trying to do was take that reflector off. If anybody knows about the Harry Potter ones, the ones that are interactive over at Universal Studios of Adventure, and you can see for yourself, there's the tip of the wand with the reflector. And I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it. So I just went ahead and I got another sonic screwdriver off the internet, and I just, what the hell? So here is, from what I understand, the first possibly sonic active wand, which we will actually hopefully test over at Universal Studios someday. So there it is, the sonic wand. Yep. And I just want to go in there, activate stuff, and also sonic things while it's going on. So
I can't wait to see the results of that.
I'm actually going to see if I can invite a few friends to test this out. So I'm just like, not the only one. But there it is, the sonic wand. I am trademarking this through 2 other trademarks, but it's not. I'm sure it's not going to have. Dave, I got a question for you. Since we're
42.
When we got closer to Halloween, how do you guys celebrate Halloween over there in Canada?
Pretty much the same way that you guys do down in the States. The only difference, the main difference, is most of our costumes often have to fit over top of a snowsuit.
Oh, okay.
It's off. We've already had snow here.
And is it and I'll ask this question for everybody. What's the trick or treating like? Has it gone down since COVID? Has it gone back up? Has it kind of balanced out?
I've seen some people in my neighborhood doing it. Of course, I don't really hand out candy because I'm in an apartment complex, so I guess I don't have the best judge of that. But I know that we had a downtown event, and there was just a crap ton of people trick or treating down there. It was kind of like the city put it on, so I think it's up pretty high. Yeah. I wanted to say too, with Dave being in Canada, it's not fair. You guys have an advantage because you guys have R.L. Stein. So I just feel like that's an unfair advantage over there for Halloween.
It's true. It's one of the greatest youth horror writers out there.
He came down to Northwest Florida last year, I think it was, and he was mobbed. You couldn't even see him for all the people. So he went home.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you had made a mention there, Dave, and here's Dan. I think, did you make it before the show or after about bubble wrap?
On the show, yeah.
Okay.
Wall insulation. Okay, maybe it was a wall insulation. That's also possible. Wall covering, wall insulation.
I like when there's round things on the wall, so maybe it could be the TARDIS interior. I don't know. Very tiny TARDIS.
There you go. Yeah. Chris says he loves the sonic wand, so thank you, Chris. See, people appreciate.
Yay!
Bubble wrap could make a good Canadian Halloween costume.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
A Dr. Wizard.
Also suffocate kids as they're going trick-or-treating.
Wow.
Everywhere. I can't believe Tom's Sonic collection is rubbing off on Chris.
Oh, Christian has a decent collection himself, though. There's no rubbing off of it from Com. He's got his own collection.
Yeah, this was just a silly idea I've always wanted to do. And I said, it would be cool if I could take a sonic screwdriver and screw up the Harry Potter people and just make things happen. I said, you know what? Let me just combine the two and let's make it happen. Let's make it a IP friendly thing. I've been thinking about that for the longest time. It was something I was working on, but it's just like I don't have the money, the patience, nor the know-how to do something like that. But I just, strap them together. What the hell? So anyway,
yeah, it's a fun little thing.
Mm-hmm. So I can't wait to test it out. We're definitely going to be videotaping stuff.
It's a fun gadget.
It's absolutely fun. And I think there was a mention. You know what? Something happened, Raj. There we go. I see that the interview with Katie Manning 4 years ago had the late Simon Fisher Becker back. Yes. We'll explain that. For whatever reason, this is what drives me nuts about StreamYard before the show. Because I will have things saved up in StreamYard, and then all of a sudden StreamYard will take them down. So I had like bits and things already preset, but then StreamYard decided to pull them off, and I was like, damn you, StreamYard, what the hell? So
There's a new notes section. Try putting it in there.
Oh, I will. I should have put it to the note to self, or should have put it in the what is it? The banners. And I just normally when I put the asterisk in, it saves it in the start column, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen this time, so I was like, okay, whatever. So
interesting. Yes. But
you ready, sir?
As you said, you have an interesting gadget. And speaking of interesting gadgets, why don't we do the Who Knew News and bring a gadget?
Is that how we're going to bring?
I assume that was the
Is that how we're bringing her on?
That's how we're bringing her on. I think that's what Nick was going for. I think that was what Nick was going for there.
Oh
so
my
God! Let's run with it.
Dave, I really think you got Christian with that one. He really thought that was funny.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
I can see backstage and Gadget's losing it. So I think I can't quite tell if she's losing it in the tie or losing it and she loves it.
That's not how we want to.
That's funny. She is losing it.
You know what? Let's get it over with.
I think I really needed that.
Interesting gadgets.
No, I mean, guys, look at me. I'm a mess. I'm everything because part of this is because of what happened this week and everything. So do you want birthdays first, or do you want to know what happened and everything? Because it has to do with an ice pack. That's what I took away from it.
Oh God.
Yeah. There's another one, but it ended up.
You decide, Gadget. Well, you know what? Tell us the story first, because the birthdays are a little bit more into it. So.
Those of you that have, and thank you to New York Comic Con for everything. I wish I could have stayed longer to talk to some of the staff members after what happened. But we do have a lot of fans there too and everything. They just didn't realize I was on the Who Knew News because they watched, but they couldn't put two and two together because in person they say I look different than I do on camera and everything. So that's the first time I've heard that one. But I also lost the QR codes while I was there for our show. So whoever found them, please just share and like and subscribe and everything and stuff. And all, because we need to get that number up to 100,000. But the reason why I apologize to all that there are not a lot of coming up pictures from Comic-Con is because I was at my friend's booth, Pin Club, Adam, and he runs that. Next to him was the ANA Japanese airline booth that I always go to. And I love that because I've been planning a trip there to Japan whenever I can afford one and everything. And I played their game. It was a claw machine first to get the winning prize. And they decided they were going to do a thing like the Price is Right punch game, but didn't tell anybody. And they said it was happening all day, that the pieces were falling off the wall as you played. Hit me in the head. And I got the top prize, they said. They said I got the top prize, which is right over here. And basically wouldn't get me help, because this is why the society today needs to teach people how to react in a serious situation. They didn't know if they needed to get the team leader or not until I started taking pictures. And that's when the team leader comes out, did not offer. That's actually made of wood, not cardboard, because people think that's cardboard. It's actually wood.
I thought that was foam.
No, it's wood.
And it should have been foam, because especially if you're sticking your hand in there.
And especially Kids Day and everything and stuff. That thing falling on a kid and all that stuff. Now, I was raised as a generation, don't do compensation. Basically, put the ice pack on your head and help them fix it so no one else gets hurt situation. As I was raised by my grandfather and stuff, because it's like the compensation is you got hurt, you made a stupid error. Now go help them not make more errors, you know? And I was they just gave me a couple of stickers and everything because they said I got the top prize, which was this.
Ooh.
And everything. So, yeah, it's basically a model kit to put together one of their airplanes and stuff. I don't know if it's going to be free advertising for them or anything, but the shout out to more of the con staff than anything, because that booth did not know how to handle an emergency and just kept saying it happening all day. And they never secured it in, the pegs, everything. There was nothing there. So that was
Well,
why
wait
I
a
had
minute.
my
I'm
Thursday. Yeah.
putting this back up. So they had pegs that were not secure.
Not secure, and the
I see
bottom
the
was never
opening.
secure. So when you put your hand, if you're short, it went forward.
Did they provide a stepladder or anything for the higher
No.
ones? No.
No.
Okay.
And I'm trying to not. That's why and everything. And if I didn't, a lot of people were worried now because, especially with Kids Day, they didn't want. So they made sure the kids were at the bottom. They did put somebody tall near it, as I see, because like I said, my friend's booth was right next door, and everything. But I still didn't. What you know? So Thursday they had me walking around. I went downstairs. I reported it to so many people. Even found the con organizer, head chair, or whatever it was on my way home on Sunday. She was ready to tell me to go to this. I said, no, I already told everybody. I was like, so I gave her my card. So I am so sorry, guys. There's only those few pictures that you guys got and everything, because I was trying to keep all week trying to get everything, but some of the fun things that happened were I got to meet a lot of Legend Traveling TARDIS fans. I got to meet some people, and I did a grab bag for $35 out of New York Comic Con's store. And I didn't want to tell you guys because this is a very big surprise, because one of my friends was working on something with Sigourney Weaver, because he's one of the Ghostbusters here in New York. He's actually part of the Ghostbusters squad. And they had Annie Potts down there. They had Ernie. They had everybody. And he was trying to work it out that I could get them to pose with the TARDIS. But it didn't work out because of the situation. So we lost out on that. But the reward was this in a grab bag. And it is authentic. And I ordered sleeves for it and everything. But I did get this.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
Exactly.
He was there autographing, and I got the luck of the draw. Someone else got him in his samurai uniform right after me, and then everybody else got Laura Bailey and all the others, Lauren Bailey and all the other ones that were signing. Because what New York Comic Con does is they have them sign extras for the store, and you get a mystery thing and stuff. So I got lucky that I got a mystery one on the last day, and that was George's. So it's funny how we've been trying to get a picture with him, and I got an autograph.
That is cool.
Yeah. And also that was New York Comic Con's craziness. But a shout out to the whole team, a shout out to the Citadel, shout out to basically the staff and everything, the crew. They had last minute things to do because I found out a lot of people had quit. A lot of people there was so much going on that it reminded me of the Comic Cons before the ADA got put in, before all the other stuff got put in at that con, when my friend Lance was running it and had asked me, what do we do to fix it? Otherwise, I survived, and I took away an ice pack.
Oh, I hope you feel better. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it got me right here, and I wear hair extensions, so you can see there's two right there. So the rest of them had to come out and everything because it cracked the clips.
You were talking about prizes, and I was actually cleaning house earlier in the week, and lo and behold, my dad gave me all of his record collection. I forgot when I was a kid that I had this one. I still have it to this day, and I was just like, oh my god, I still have this, and it's not all scratched up. So if anybody remembers back, I think it was in the 80s, the Time Lords.
Yeah, it was the 80s.
It was the 80s, yeah.
It was the 80s, and I think the Time Lords were originally called KLF, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
They were KLF, and they put out this song, Doctor in the TARDIS, which is based upon a certain glittery guy that nobody names anymore because they want nothing to do with them.
No.
But there it is. Hi, I'm Ford Time Lord. I'm a car, and I've made a record. So that is the album featuring the Doctor Who theme, and there was like 3 or 4 versions of the song on there. I always like the instrumental long version one to me because I love playing that, and it's just cool. But I'm surprised I still had that, and I was very happy to see it. So there you go.
Christian, when you took out that vinyl record, I was really hoping that was going to be Doctor in Distress. Not going to lie.
No, that's fine. I heard Doctor in Distress. I'm not a big fan with that song.
I have it on my player. I have it on my player.
It's kind of a meme, so I was totally kidding. That's really cool. I mean,
I think everybody has heard Doctor in Distress.
It's one of those things. Everyone's always saying that it's a bad song. I don't think it's a bad song, but it's a meme. I was playing on the meme. I'll let you guys get back to the news. I just had to throw this.
No worries. Gadget, did you want to talk more about the cosplayers?
Yes. I found I think it was 2 doctors I found, some other cool characters and everything. They all knew, like I said, they all know us. And the problem is, this is what I've been arguing about with New York Comic Con. They didn't offer me content creator. They didn't offer me press. They didn't offer me any of those type. And it has to do with a lot of times who's picking and choosing. And it seems everybody knows us there, but I mean, I would have had more of an advantage as a content creator going in and out of places so I could get better shots. But like I said, because getting hit in the head and everything, I was only able to get to see a few people and stuff. And a lot of people were hesitant on Sunday. I usually get the kids posing, but this batch was like, no, and everything. But however, there was a cute one. I didn't get her picture because I asked her mom. She said, no, I don't want a picture. But she was dressed as No Face. And I had to feed No Face. So I gave her $1. She was just too, the cheeks, she was just too cute. So I was like, I had to give No Face $1, you know, and everything. If you know your law from Hayao Miyazaki and everything with No Face. And it was just one of those. But this girl said she did all the rhinestones herself on the cosplay, and it took her a while, but she was the hit of like at the after part when everybody was out there and stuff. And she said she was being held in with a wing and a prayer.
I'm sorry, I'm staring at this picture a little bit too lovingly. So I bet am I gonna?
No, she's actually pretty good because everybody kept asking her how she did this and everything, and made it very tasteful and not, you know. Most of the time, you get people just being very slutty there. It's New York. They were, and the one thing I do have a complaint about, and I have
New York more often.
Well, you would love these cons. Basically, when you're walking the convention floor, do not have 4 strollers lining up or 4 double strollers lining up and yell at me about my little wagon. Also, people walk the way they drive. Okay. They will stop dead in the middle. They'll act like they have a car accident. They'll throw their garbage out the window, and you'll have to walk through their garbage. Also, they just brake wherever they walk. They drive on the sidewalk because if you're going this way down, and I'm going, people, we drive on the right here in America, and everything. Like literally, like it just they don't care, and then they get mad at you for trying to cross a corner and everything and stuff. But the best shout out I do have to give and I almost cried on this one. Bubblegum Kids. I want you guys to subscribe to them. I want you to order from them and everything. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. They donated 40 lollipops for my Halloween after I bought 40 on Sunday. Like because they had given me a very nice discount for the kids to give out for kids who have allergies or can't have chocolate or anything like that, or the babies. And then when I was leaving, they gave me another 40. So they are the best. They have a customer for life, and they should be praised. So this is when you have good people, you know what I mean? And stuff. So everybody, please go subscribe to them, buy from their site and everything. They are the best. Oliver was the guy that helped me out. He was so sweet and everything. I actually won in their claw machine, a little Labubu, which is somewhere around here, and a squishy stuffed animal type candy thing and stuff. And it was really nice and stuff. They were very helpful, and shout out to Oliver and Bubblegum Kids.
And I want to give a shout out to Garbage, who has a YouTube channel. Now, I'm not trying to shy anybody away, but I just want to give you a heads up. Garbage is using AI videos, but they're really cool videos, and he's learning and he's testing out, and it's really cool stuff that he's putting on out there. So if you haven't had a chance, check out Garbage and his YouTube channel. So if you don't mind AI, you're gonna have a good time watching.
AI can be good for some things if he gives it credit and he understands and says it's AI, because that was another complaint that was at New York Comic Con. They were walking through too many AI drawings, and that's why I stayed out of Artist Alley, because too many fights. Oh, and there was a fist fight in the new building the night I left on Saturday early. So that's on, if you're on the New York Comic Con fan page or anything, you get to see that one on Facebook.
Got it.
New York Comic Con is a little bit fun, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. But out of a scale of 1 to 10 between Anime NYC and New York Comic Con, I had a better time at Anime NYC than I did at New York Comic Con this year. And usually they both run equal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Birthday time, Gadget. Who's had some birthdays?
Well, the coolest thing is that we're going to start with Nicola Bryant. She turned 65 on October 11th. And since we had that theme, we were running with like it sounds like the Doctor in Distress, Sixth Doctor. What perfect timing, right? And everything and stuff. And I still can't believe she's 65 years old. I cannot. No. Mm-mm.
And just in case for people out there, and I'm not trying to correct you, Gadget, but she pronounces it Nicola.
How does she pronounce it?
Nicola.
Yeah.
Really?
There is a diff. Yeah. Nicola.
Yeah.
Nicola.
Nicola.
Nicola or Like that?
Yes, like that.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Nick
It's just like
Nicola.
Nicola.
Like Curricula.
Yeah, because I would do it as the knee and then the cola
Yeah.
next to it. That's how I would do it.
If people are not familiar with the spelling of her name or the pronunciation, but that is how you want to pronounce Nicola's name. And this was taken over at WHOlanta. God, I only know how long ago, but
That's what I'm saying. She does not look it. She doesn't change. I'm looking at a recent one on
no.
the internet, and she's like, nope, she does not age.
Nope. We know she lives off the blood of virgins and politicians, so she's
And that's another thing we don't talk about at New York Comic Con. That I walked out of one panel.
I think we can safely say now. I have not completely locked it in, but her partner, who is a writer of Big Finish and an author as well, her partner Neb Fountain, he will be premiering on the last Tuesday of this month.
Neb's okay.
Neb's going to be on the 28th, so check it out there, folks. Neb Fountain will be with us and talking about his writing, his books, and everything, being a publisher and everything. So that's that will be it. Just wanted to let people know that was a thing. So
Someone just said breaking news: tonight's show on Facebook stream ended after 21 minutes. We need to check Facebook.
really,
Somebody somebody just posted it. I think it's Mark. I know they're not cutting us out. That's breaking news right now.
tonight's show on Facebook stream ended after 21 minutes. Really?
We didn't do anything.
Huh.
Like it's
Is it? Yeah, we're still showing live there. Mark, is it my page? When you say Facebook, is it mine? Is that Sci-Fi, or is it the Traveling TARDIS one? Because there's 3 running, and they should all be okay. Yeah, everybody's showing they're
That's why I
connected.
didn't catch it because I'm still seeing it. That's why I'm on. Like I said, I'm monitoring right now. Everything. Yeah.
If somebody, Tom, can you check to see if the Traveling TARDIS and my page are still running? It might be mine. I've heard it been cut off on mine, but it's
Candyman, where is it? Let me keep looking.
Yeah, because I'll continue with the birthdays until we figure this out.
Okay, Nikola Tesla. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Raj.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe it's her, maybe it's her vibe, maybe it's, you know what I mean?
No, she's a vampire. We know. We know it. So yeah.
And the person standing next to her is a big teddy bear.
Wonderful guy. He is.
Who got robbed. Who got robbed.
Speaking of who else has
another teddy bear is Katie Manning and everything. This woman, I think she's gonna be the next one to be like she's not going anywhere. And I'd still say that somehow she's related to Sally Sparrow. She's somehow, because you can't. I'm looking at all the pictures and everything. So that's a good theory. Listen, whoever's doing the next Doctor Who, let's just say that was Sally Sparrow that went back and helped the 3rd Doctor. Hello? You know, and stuff like that. And I get 10%. No, sorry, 25% of the rights and everything because I got to pay some bills and everything. But this sweet lady, who's a big kid at heart, turns 79. Still can't believe that and everything and stuff. And she's going strong. And she just I saw on Instagram her celebrating her birthday with her, I think it's a great-granddaughter or granddaughter or something. And I'm trying to remember the way it went because I don't know who was visiting her because I caught it at the tail end and then it switched and I couldn't find it again. And it was very pretty and stuff. Like she was enjoying her birthday, but I still swear she's the girl playing Sally Sparrow is related to her somehow. I swear they or the same spirit or whatever. But guys, to revive Who, let's do that. Let's do a story where we find out that it was Sally Sparrow that went back and see it and helped the Doctor. Okay. But here we have coming up tomorrow is our own Ncuti Gatwa, who will be turning 33. And like I said, he's another one that does not look his age and everything. He looks like a big kid in his 20s and everything. And we're hoping that maybe the same way like they did to the other Doctor did dirty, they did him dirty too, because he could have had a 3rd season. And it's just, we don't know, because that's going to lead into other things with like The Land and the Sea, because that's still on hiatus and all. I would love to see Ncuti come into The Land and the Sea to figure if maybe that's why it's on hold or anything. That way we can bring the Doctor back that way, but who knows and everything. And I just keep saying, let them wake up like it's a fever dream. Like just, oh no, it was all a dream. It was all a dream. You know? But happy birthday to all 3 of our Doctor Who alumni and doctors. But here's something coming up really cool and stuff. I heard hell froze over. It seems that Murray Gold came out of the woodwork with something for our Whovians and everything. It seems that he dropped a new CD and everything. Did anybody guess what it is? Oh, somebody's happy to... I hear screaming. Anybody? Not that though. I'm surprised Christian's not killing anybody. It turns out that he dropped down season 10 after waiting so long due to wonderful problems of unmastered tracks, scheduling, and leaked music that was unauthorized by prior official releases.
Frick is the delete button.
Hey, we're hoping for that season, but that's going to probably be another year in hell or another 10 years in hell. And
it'll be another 8 years because it was 8 years since.
But it's so crazy that it took them this long to get season 10, all because the tracks that were unmastered, his schedule, the leaked music, you name it. It was so hard to even get this one out and everything. But everyone was thinking it was Dugadoo. Everyone was thinking it was finally, you know. But we might see Dugadoo when 2030, 2040. What do you think?
Dugadoo was on Spotify for a while and then it was gone. I think they did that just for Christian.
I want
still in my brain.
Knew better.
I want the troll song. I want the troll song and everything.
The troll song, the goblin song?
The goblin song.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah, I know. I want that soon as possible and everything. Because that's like I said, we won't see that for a while. We're only on season 10. Imagine you got 11, 12, yeah.
Well, no, 11, 12, 13 have all been come out.
Yeah.
All the ones.
But they said they're going to remaster them again.
Oh,
so we're going to get a remaster.
I can't imagine that they would bother. They came out in full, proper, proper editions. They were Sega Nakanola was very good about getting his music out very quickly.
Gadget, can I say something about season 10 for just a second? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I hope, Murray Gold, if you are listening, it's become very common nowadays to brick wall the sound and music and add a lot of dynamic compression and chop off the treble. Season 10 soundtrack is immaculate. Back then, the soundtracks were much more... It's hard to explain, but the sound waves could breathe a lot more. It didn't sound so crunched together. Murray Gold, if you're listening, please release the soundtrack as it originally aired in the show. Please don't put any modern doohickeys and bells and whistles on it. I know that people have their own ideas about the record industry, but I just think it should sound as immaculate as it did when it came out. That's what I think. As a producer myself.
Okay.
You ruined Candyman speakers.
No. I crack soundboards. I don't ruin speakers.
Yeah, that song did.
Okay. Also, we have an update on Alex Kingston. She's doing fine. Good. And bringing awareness to ovarian and womb cancer and everything. That it's uterine cancer, because it's time doctors start listening and stop dismissing women on things and stuff. Because right now she's enjoying life, and how do I put this? Bringing out her inner Meryl Streep in her last quick step with her partner on, I can never pronounce the way the show is, Strictly Come Dancing, because say that 10 times fast. And she's doing well, and everyone's wishing her well and thanking her for bringing this awareness, because it's about time. She lived with this for a whole year in 2024, and I wish she had come out at that time, because her fans said we would have embraced her. We would have thanked her even more, because maybe with her behind it, now there's going to be more research and everything to help out everyone who has uterine cancer, or they call it womb cancer. Now,
can you just give a little synopsis of what happened, just in case people, because I know there's some people who didn't know. Yeah, she basically was on Strictly Come Dancing, because remember I have the other version of the show here. And she, everyone's saying because of her the physicalness from the dancing, she hemorrhaged on stage and everything, but kept on. And they rushed her because she had a hysterectomy
in 2024, and this is sometimes what happens after a while. Your body starts changing again, and it just started. I don't know if it was her cycle or anything they said, but basically she just hemorrhaged. She's all better now, but she's going to be a little more mindful of everything. But bringing awareness to something that people would dismiss, they're saying, oh, you just have the vapors, or you just have this, and stuff like that. I live with PCOS and fibroids and ovarian cysts. I mean, I know what pain she's going through right now and everything. And it's hard when you have doctors that won't listen to you because, oh, lose some weight, or you're just too heavy, or it causes so many hormonal imbalances and everything. You're like, you've seen when she was on TV how her weight would go up and down and everything. And she wasn't diagnosed until later on. And she said it basically felt better after, but you only live once, she said. So this is why she's enjoying life right now, because they gave her a second chance. Because cancer you do not play with. Her husband is Voldemort. And that ties into the Harry Potter with his wand.
Alex, I'm sure.
I know they're divorced. Just that I like to say they're still married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, Alex, for some odd reason, you are listening to our show or watching it.
We know. I want to be polite with that because you guys were. Yeah.
Well, we want to wish you the very best.
Yes.
And hopefully
Agreed.
things work out in the end. So we love you very much. And we're actually running long on the Screw News.
Yeah, I am so sorry. But this is the first time we've had Who Knew News actually this long in a long time.
Well, everyone wanted to say something because there were no news for like 53 years, and then suddenly there was a bunch of.
Even Dave has something because he found out more information than I did on the news on this one, because I heard it came from New York.
And there's possible that there is one in New York as well, but a not-for-profit charity in the UK called Film is Fabulous has confirmed that the existence of, they have not said what they are, but they have confirmed the existence of several more lost episodes. And they're working to get access to those videos and restore them and get them back to the BBC and get them back out into the public. They were started during the pandemic as a side project. They're now a full-blown charity. They're accepting donations because it is expensive to get access to these things and store them properly and properly transfer them and all of that.
Yeah, because when I watched on WLIW out in Long Island during the summers, there are episodes you guys said that I should not have seen, but I know I saw in full, like the Toy Master, all the other things and stuff. Like, I saw things that people say did, and I remember. So I'm hoping the one that they say is New York is that one with the full one in color. Because I remember seeing it in color.
We're talking about villains, and I like the idea of Toy Master, not Toy Maker.
Toy Maker, I know. Because that's how they said it on the thing because they had, like, when it came on, it says Doctor Who versus the Toy Master, and that's where I was like, okay, I'll watch this. And then when you guys said it was a Toy Maker, I was like confused and everything.
I know I already said something about something, but I actually do have kind of a relevant, very short piece of information and / take about the missing episode. Is that okay? Just for a second?
Sure, no, because
yeah. So BBC, if you are listening, to throw out a third, if you are listening to this episode, BBC, if you are listening, please, and this is just my take, it's just me, please put out a statement that if someone turns in a missing episode to you, that you are not going to take them to court for having materials that technically belong to you. Because I'm convinced that if they did that, they would get a lot more episodes back. I read an article somewhere about, I think it might have been in the Times, but I read an article about how there could be floating episodes out there, but people aren't 100% convinced that the BBC is not going to come down on them like a ton of bricks if they suddenly turn this in. So BBC, please do that, and we might get even more. That's just me, though.
They better not. I'm only saying that they should not do that because they're the ones who wiped the episode,
right?
I mean, it's just like going through your your garage, cleaning it out, throwing out your bicycle, and then somebody gets your bicycle, and you're going back and I want that bicycle back.
Yeah, you're like getting mad at the trash guy for taking it.
Exactly. You got mad at the trash guy for taking out your garbage and just like.
Plus, we paid for these shows to get made. The British public, subscribers to PBS, people who help raise money to have the show screened. They belong to the public. They belong to the viewers and the fans.
I think they do. I think. Do you guys remember during Lux when that guy was taking, or when it was actually Belinda taking the film canisters out and they were setting them on fire? And I'm like, is this what happened during the archive?
That's what happened
purges
with
of the
Seinfeld.
Pretty much.
80s?
Yep.
Okay, I'm done.
Well,
Guys.
Belinda's
You're gonna need
fault.
a building permit.
Well,
Anyway,
that's like with
Gadget,
a certain we're good. That's like with a certain mouse
well,
when they
we
wipe
got
the
one
cells.
more thing to discuss, and
Yes.
Nick brought it up, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
That was shocking. That's why I said, did me losing those QR codes help everything? Because
I will take any view that comes up there because they all add up, and it's about
I had QR codes with everything on it, and I was like, where did it go? Someone either took it off the cart or it fell off the cart. But oh wow, we were jumping on the YouTube channel, and this 2 million views. Now, guys, can you send that to YouTube?
Isn't Philip Morris the one in charge of recovering all the missing? You mean the cigarette guys? He's
Are you
an
kidding me?
archiver for the BBC, not the cigarette company. I'm sorry, Christian. You should read all of the message before you make yourself stupid. Thank you. Thanks, Rod. Thanks. Womp womp. So yeah, I guess
It's probable. Film is Fabulous is not associated with the BBC. They are an independent organization. They don't just do Doctor Who. Their goal is to find and preserve lost or very rare pieces of film and television across the board. There's a lot of lost episodes from the Avengers. For example, they're looking for those. They're looking at all of these shows, this whole era where they lost all these episodes. They're trying to recover these things and lost films as well, because there's so many films in the last 125 years that we know existed but have been lost to time.
Yep, silent movies all the way up
Silent
to
movies.
Into the 90s. There's stuff I worked on which is lost, in the 1990s. So it's a full-time job looking for that stuff.
Me, I'm always on the hunt, like in dollar stores, dumpsters, everything. Because in New York, dumpster diving is legal. You can dumpster dive. You can't get in trouble for it. So I look for anybody throwing out old VHS, old phonograph, like anything that they just LPs, everything and stuff, because this is history, and people are throwing away history.
All right. Yep. So I think that's all the news.
Yep.
So
yes, it is.
Let's wrap up the news.
The 2 million views.
The news on the views.
Thank you for the 2 million. Exactly. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching us, and hopefully we're going to make that goal eventually. So yeah,
we need it on YouTube. We do.
We definitely got to wrap up the Who Knew News. So hang on tight, folks. Let's go ahead and wrap her up. That was the wrong one.
I would love to see that in a full screen version of that. I would.
I would. That was to replace the one I just did. So I just hadn't had a chance to make the full screen. So
excellent, love it.
Yeah.
Let's go on commercial break because we are
way
behind.
Way back.
And we'll be back with more fun stuff and the classic monsters you want to see.
Monsters.
Come back when we return.
Are you a movie nerd? Do you collect VHS, DVDs, CDs, records, and so much more? Are you looking for clothing from 1940s to 2000s? Do you need cosplayer themed outfits? Come to Ducky's Vintage. We have it all for all budgets, located at the Oviedo Mall right off of the 417. Ducky's Vintage for those born in the wrong decade.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now and unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused on sewing clothes. The spell stays unspoken, a dark silhouette of a mark man and broken. Right down, I didn't listen to that voicemail or TikTok that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
Pop culture. It was the most popular. It's the most popular thing that has ever been popular, I think, outside of maybe the Bible and the Quran. You know, like it really just there's very few places on earth where you're not going to find a Star Wars fan or some kind of, you know, there's not a language where they haven't released it. There's not a
Hey, everybody. So I'm super excited. Yesterday, October 13th, Horses on Film went live. So officially, we are out there in the world. Horses on Film is myself, my friend Scott, my cousin Cam, looking at the IndieWire's top 100 Western films list from 2024 in a random order. Our first episode looks at Unforgiven, one of the top films in North America, one of the few Westerns to win the sort of awards that it has won. And you can check that out on Horses on Film, which I have somewhere on a list there. Here it is. youtube.com/@horsesonfilm. Go check it out. Like, subscribe, all those things you do on YouTube. And we'll be going every other week with new episodes. We've got 6 in the can and more coming. So we're super excited for you to join us. Thank you very much. And let's get back to the show. Welcome.
Yay!
Yay!
There's not much show left. So.
No, exactly. I've got a hard out in less than an hour, so we'll get going on these things. And we're looking at classic monsters that we would like to see return in the new Who era. There's a lot of great options. There's 50 years worth of craziness. Let's start with Nick. Nick, who did you choose for yours?
It's tough, There's a lot of cool monsters that we could bring back, but I chose the Fomazi. Talk about bug-eyed monsters.
No, you know what? Everybody's gonna have to explain, especially our friends with NuWHO. They're just like,
okay. And also
where they came from.
The youngling in here.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. No, so the Fomazi were in the Leisure Hive back around 1980. Oh, there they are.
What the hell is that?
Oh, okay.
I stepped on that yesterday.
That's from New York. That has to be from New York. That's the sewer.
In the sewer. Yeah. No, they're inherently good, but there are bad factions of the Fomazi.
What did they give Rapunzel's friend?
And they are like gangsters. If you can imagine, like
New York,
bug alien gangsters in outer space.
So they're
New
Italian
culture from
bugs?
No
I'm
Italian
having
accents yet, but I think NuWHO could have a great time with, they could do The Godfather, they could do, some kind of epic gangster subplot with
That
these
would be a
cute
cool
little
one.
guys in potato sacks, green potato sacks. I love the way that some of I was going to say cheesy, but some of the monsters that look like guys in rubber suits have been reinvented for NuWHO. So I'd love to see what could be done with the Famazi. And they did have really good elements. Their eyes could be roving around all weirdly and things like that. But yeah, they have a complex culture which could be delved into. And Famazi is an anagram of mafiosi. So you can play around with that as well. The audience kind of knows that they're gangsters, but they're actually horrible monsters as well. I want to see those Famazi back.
Yeah,
also, they are in the Leisure Hive. It's the story that made me a fan.
I swear it's from New York. I
gotta
swear
say,
I saw it down in Manhattan at New York. This is like, damn. How did I miss this?
Was that at a convention, or was that in in the subways?
On the regular subway, yes.
Was he busking? Was he playing a tune? Or
yes,
this is just like, it's like Pascal on acid.
It's pretty inventive for 45 years ago. And
yeah, and you notice you can see through the mesh the person's face.
The one thing is that they're in a brightly lit space. It is the Leisure Hive. It's not a dark, creepy subway. So it would be cool to see them in the shadows.
Now that would be something to scare the kids for Halloween.
Yeah, just turning up at the door, trick or treat.
And like, boop. Or here in New York, it's like, come in, welcome, have a seat. Sit next to the pizza rack.
Formasi sounds like a cosplay item that you need to assemble things together. So
there's also probably some foam in their costume. So it's
there you go.
Formasi. Yeah.
Well, that's probably where they got it from. They were like, hey.
Foam and bubble wrap.
Nice.
You ever,
this like
you ever see
Asian
that?
dessert, Formasi.
Which one? What episode was this from?
The Leisure Hive.
Which doctor?
Fourth.
This is the fourth. So my babysitter, she said to me one day, "Did you see Doctor Who last night? He just got his arms and legs pulled off." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I have to watch this show."
See, PBS robbed me. PBS robbed me. I got to see from 5 through whatever, 5, 6, and 7, and occasionally the movie versions of 4, like the certain episodes. But
yeah.
I would have loved to see this episode.
You were robbed of the gangster lizards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she got enough gangster lizards up there.
Yeah, we forget about it down here. Yeah, I'm by Arthur Avenue. I live by Arthur Avenue.
I could have totally imagined the 12th Doctor in a heist story.
That would be interesting.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The eyebrows versus the bug eyes.
And IDW comic.
Eyebrows.
IDW comic. Oh,
We
God.
don't want to see the Doctor fighting bug-eyed monsters. So there we go.
Let's get the
Well,
buggiest
tough,
of all
'cause he
bug eyes.
does.
The buggiest
Alrighty.
of all bug eyes.
Well, there goes the bug eyes. So, Dave, who's next?
Next up, Sean. What did you pick?
I picked the. Now hold on, Christian. These are called the gel guards. Did I get that right?
That is the official. And trust me, I had to look that up.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I gave you homework.
Oh no,
what does they sound
this
like?
was fun
It
homework.
sounds like a razor protector.
What do the gel guards sound like?
Yeah, I
Razor.
don't remember if they made a sound. I think they just.
They did. They did. They make these sounds. And would it be vain to admit that I practiced this a little bit? They make these noises like.
Wait,
Are
Sean.
you sure you're not talking about
Sean.
New York?
Wait a minute, Sean. Do that again. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, he's talking
Now
about
we
New
got
York.
their picture up there.
Tell me the numbers.
So.
That
No.
is perfect.
Now, you guys, I'm glad I picked this. Now, I will tell you why in just a second. I was going to say there was another monster from Classic Who that's actually from my favorite Classic Who story, full stop, that I almost picked. And I was going to say, if I have time after I'm done and everyone else is gone, I can tell you why I didn't pick that one. But if we have time, is doing a lot of weightlifting now. So maybe I'll just talk about these guys. So these guys are from the Three Doctors. And if I recall correctly, they're sort of the muscle men of Omega. These guys show up and kind of just start moving people around. They obviously don't have a lot of form to them. They don't really speak coherently. They're kind of spouting gibberish. And I think they're interesting because Omega exists in an antimatter world, and there's a pull between matter and antimatter, and they're kind of caught up in the mix. And the reason I picked these guys is because they were in a great story, and they were interesting, but I think they were a little bit underutilized because of, number one, budgetary reasons, and number two, because they didn't really return again. So I think if we bring back Omega, then we could use these guys. Now, speaking about Omega, I'm okay with basically retconning and pretending that he didn't appear in the reality war, because I don't think anyone who was not already a classic Who fan specifically of Omega's character, they probably don't even remember that he was in the episode or that his name was Omega. So we can just kind of retcon that, but you could build that up again. But maybe these things could be a harbinger of Omega. Maybe you could have an episode where these things come back. And the cool thing is, with modern effects and modern CGI and even puppetry, I'd probably prefer puppetry, I would like to see what they could do different with this. I would kind of like it to be more of a Silurian situation than a Dalek situation. What I mean by that is when they brought back the Silurians, they didn't try to copy it again like they did with the Daleks, where you got basically the same design. They looked different. Maybe they could be made of, since they're caught between the pool of matter and antimatter, maybe they could be made of whatever they're near. So maybe they could be made of grass and like gophers and cats and pieces of cars, and they're just like coming out of nothing and making those noises and grabbing people. And then later, they say, the Doctor can say Omega's back, and he's the original Time Lord that sacrificed himself, and he has the potential to be more of a big bad than even the Master. So they could bring these guys back. I'd be really interested to see what a very creative writer could do with those guys and bring them in and sort of use them to reintroduce Omega, rather than sort of dropping Omega like, it's Omega, and none of the new fans know who he is, right? So, I mean, I loved the Reality War, didn't like that part of it. It's same criticism I had with bringing back Sutek, right? You kind of have to introduce it a little bit, and these guys could be a way to kind of pull that intrigue a little bit and then bring Omega back.
You don't have to turn
that's
every enemy into a dog. Really. Even though Sutek was technically a dog, I was just like, okay, we really don't.
He was Scooby-Doo. What do you expect?
He was a very good boy, and I think I saw the 50% Doctor Who podcast make the joke, like he was a very good boy and they took him on a walk through the time vortex.
It's about these creatures, Sean. That's like that line from Ghostbusters. Somebody blows their nose and you want to keep it. I remember from that.
We want our monsters to be scary, right? I think these gel guards, they could be like the Chuck Russell 1980s Blob movie.
Yeah, they could.
It looks like a
Eating
lipoma.
people and creeping up on you.
Oh, let's not do an Absorbaloff though.
It looks like a
Talk about
lipoma.
loving monsters.
Sorry, Gadget. What'd you say it looks like?
A lipoma.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
We don't talk about Bruno.
It's a growth that people have inside. Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm ready to let the next person go. So whoever's next after me.
Right, on that note.
Yeah, we're done here.
Yeah. Well, let's just go to Tom. Tom, save us from...
I would have said nicely a fritter, an apple fritter because the shape of it.
Peach cobbler.
And
No.
Then again, we went from the Three Doctors to Arc of Infinity, and he didn't even use them again. He went very reptilian with this character. Why am I? Oh, unplug.
Are you laying down?
Yeah.
Bad.
My broken foot. Yeah.
Nice.
Chilling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The whole thing.
Gotcha.
You need to wrap him in bubble wrap.
Yes.
Tell us what you picked, Tom.
Goes on the blow. The Bird. The dudes that were in black.
The sort of
Cybers
Power
outfits
Rangers.
back in the first Doctor's era. The
Keys of Marinus.
thank you, sir. Keys of Marinus. Whoa.
Nick knows everything.
Of course.
Oh, they do look. It's like a Teletubby Power Ranger. Look, you got the triangle, and you got the.
Say hello. Pretty much. Because it was a Sixth Doctor story in Doctor Who magazine where they decided, well, let's bring the characters back, but have them be transformed into Cybermen. So I always remembered that as customs, and I had
the World Shapers, right? It was
yes,
a good
sir.
plot twist.
Again, Nick knows everything because he's the writer.
Keep up the rap.
Yeah. And so with that, I had a friend in the UK actually make me those figures I wanted of the Voord transforming into Cybermen. So that's because I was thinking about it earlier, and then everything that came about, I was like, well, and I was only in the back of my mind, what am I going to pick? So this was on my mind. It was also a last second thing because the way they are was never brought back. And for Doctor Who magazine, it said, well, we're going to do this concept because that's what they do. Just trying to bring out a story. Oh, now I got Teletubbies on the brain.
No AI. I like that one. No AI.
Now, for anybody, what kind of monsters were they like? Were they evil? Were they neutral? Were they good? Were they just...
I want to ask Nick that question.
They were bad guys. They were totally bad guys. Yeah. They were up to no good.
Because they were being transformed into Cybermen in the comic strip. But there had to be bad guys in there. And it was very unique because I had, like I said, both these figures made. One was straight from the figure that came from Character Options, and then he just completely 3D printed this one to become a Cyberman. So once it pops up, see how interesting they are and how the concept. So I'm basing it on that they became, well, anything and everyone can become a Cyberman, especially the Borg. That's how they stole the idea on Next Generation, but we don't talk about stuff like that.
That one's
resistance is useless. Resistance is futile. Hello, people. Anyway,
I've come to the line. I always use this line when I'm at panels. I mentioned that if you want to cosplay anything, any monster between the 60s and the 80s, go to Office Depot. That's in there.
Wrap yourself in aluminum foil.
Tell me I'm wrong about this.
No.
So there we go. So there we go. I had him made this one just to repaint and added bits and pieces for the Cyberman.
You know, somebody should cosplay that at Comic-Con because that's crazy. I don't see those.
And this one from the World Shapers, the complete transformation into a Cyberman. Wow. The other ones are sitting in the hallway on the display with next to my Masters of the Universe. WHOuniverse Con. Did I say that? Yes, I did.
Yeah. So, Reverend, if the Voord were brought back, would you want the World Shaper story to be done as they've done Star Beast, or would you like to see something else?
I would like to see World Shapers because it was just that random search engine for I like Cybermen. I would like to see more of these created by Character Options. And that came out. So I never got the magazine. So yes, if Star Beast can be done that way and everything's being transformed into something else, yes, let's bring them out. Let's turn them into Cybermen. Cybermen have taken over another population. And therefore, we have this. That's the uniqueness of Resistance is futile.
You're going to bring it back. You have to bring back Catherine Tate too.
Oh, there was a Janeway there, and she actually looked good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's a fun choice, Tom. Definitely fun, and I want to read that storyline because I like Cyberman. Gadget, what did you pick?
I picked two of them, but my problem is I don't know how to pronounce them because I thought one was a stingray until I saw it was a tapeworm, and the other one I called a teddy bear because it reminded me of the one from Masters of the Universe with the one eye thingy and the horn and stuff.
You mean this guy?
Yeah, like
that's the one I picked.
Okay. I thought it was a teddy bear at first and everything. You know, one of those science fiction teddy bears. You see those in the stories. They have horns. They have whatever.
I believe that's pronounced Agador. Agadors.
Agador.
Agador.
Beast of Agador.
Agador.
Shut it. No. You got to do the Pertwee song. What was it, Nick? It was
Oh, it goes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys that because I was watching that and I couldn't understand what. And then he said something about he's talking to them and everything. Because I only
Venusian.
Yeah, the Venusian lullaby.
Yeah.
Coglita Partha Minin Klatch Harun Harun Harun.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I was laughing at like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, it's a teddy bear, and I only saw parts of it on PBS. Because remember, it was only like 2 episodes I got to see of it. Because remember, they're the half-hour ones. And then I'm trying to watch it on Tubi, and you know why I had a hard time with it. But I just thought it was a very unique animal, that it wasn't basically bad, it wasn't good, it was just, I would love to see it done today, like maybe like this horn be like whatever they could do with it, or make it more fluffy, or and stuff like that. But he would be a good to come across with Shooty, or even Tenon. Like he already deals with fuzzy things that run around with big eyes.
Yeah, back to Peladon.
It's so crazy that I had a reason to sing that song on this podcast. Because I learned those words.
There's always going to be a reason to sing something.
I saw this as a kid, and I'm like, I want a pet. I'm like little, because when the reruns aired on WLIW, I'm like this 5-year-old, 6-year-old, like trying to figure out, oh, this is a nice show and everything. And I'm like, oh, there's a fuzzy monster. It's a bear. And they go, yeah, sweetie, it's a bear. It's a bear. Now go watch.
I learned that song earlier this year, and I learned all the lyrics and everything. And I was showing some of my friends, so it's kind of crazy.
I gotta get you a hobby, dude.
My hobby is Doctor Who. That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. Fair enough. I'm just like,
yeah, but like I said, those 2 that I picked, because you said pick 2. I was like, because the other one, I really thought, because if you look at stingrays and everything and stuff, that's what I thought, until I was like, no, that's a tapeworm. Like, but this one is cuter. I was like, this was much cuter.
Cuter tapeworm.
It's just that bad that Joe tried to burn him with the fire to get him away from the doctor.
I just remember the Peladons, and this was just what I remember. I think it was Curse of Peladon, or
there was the Monster of Peladon and the Curse of Peladon.
Yeah.
It was like
it's also one. You guys remember Alpha Centauri from the?
With awesome. I loved Alpha Centauri. I'm glad it made a comeback.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Gadget. I'm just
saying.
I was just fanboying over the Pertwee era.
Like when I was little, this is like I said, I saw 5 through 5, 6, and 7 in all their entirety and stuff on PBS, and then these were just little snippets. Like you only got part 1 or part 3. Like you never got the full storyline. So I'm just watching them, thinking they're regular 1 episode things at 5, 6 years old, because nobody had cable back then. So we were just playing with the TV, trying to get it to work and everything. At my grandmother's in Long Island with an antenna and stuff. And their WLIW channel 21 was the only way. And then we had here channel 13, but that was more, my mom would leave it for us for 3-2-1 contact and everything. But when this came on, like, no, none of those, everything. But I would love to see that come and everything. And everything. Mildred the tapeworm and everything. But no, the other ones, those were interesting too.
Alrighty, Dave, it's you and me, brother. Which one do you want to?
Oh, you go ahead.
I will. I guess I'll take this one.
Mine is so bad that I want to be last.
Saving the worst for last.
He's not kidding. It is bad.
So, come on.
If anybody knows me, and if you can guess in probably seconds, Nick will probably have it down in a moment. But
I'm thinking it's between 3 of them.
I love the story of Cthulhu.
Oh God,
Nick, what am I thinking? Do you know what I'm thinking?
Oh God, it was one of my 3.
Oh yes, I do.
You do? Okay. Don't say it. Don't say
it. No, it's one of my 3.
But my creature, because I really want to see what a full-blown CGI monster would look like today, because back then, I think it was just a little tiny puppet with some miniatures, and they made it look like it was awful. But I do like the Cthulhu. I call it the Cthulhu story. I think. Am I wrong with my assessment there, Nick? I think that's the closest one that comes to it.
Pretty much,
if you really think about it. But I picked Krull from The Power of Krull.
His reach is vast.
Yes, he. But they start off small, right? But I think the Krull got his power from the key to time, from swallowing, and that's how he got his power. And then all of a sudden, the Doctor was he a piece of the key to time? Or did he get his power from the key to time? I forgot.
He is having a gobble on the power station, on the refinery. So that's how he gets so big. He juices up.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Godzilla.
that's right. That's right. But yeah, I'm just like, could you imagine like this being actually, with a budget and see, is that a roll of toilet paper next to him?
Yes.
What is that?
Wait. Yes.
He's gonna take a crap after he's done eating everybody. What is that? Dude, I was just like, whatever. But I just love that idea. And I think if they were to go a little bit more Lovecraft on this and to give it a backstory, because it was a religious society that was worshiping Krull. Krull was all seeing, all knowing, all baloney. So I really love to see this character make his way up to today and what he would look like as a full-fledged CGI. I mean, like, I always see these gamers on YouTube playing video games, and there's always that Cthulhu story, and they just blow my mind that they're just fun and adventurous. But not only that, I mean, there could be more to the creature than just, I'm going to bust up and eat everything. But I just think it's just a cool element that the Krull, and the storyline behind it, because it was a religious sect that believed in Krull. And can we do it again? I think that's also my passion for like making Cthulhu happen in Doctor Who. I've always wondered if he could be an alien or something of that nature, and it just there was a storyline behind it. And Lovecraft, I don't want to say on this note, but because it what was it? I forgot which episode it was.
Power of Krull.
No, not that episode. The one where H.G. Wells rides shotgun with the Sixth Doctor.
Twin Dilemma?
Not Twin Dilemma. But you're on the right page. It's
you mean
God, I can't remember the Time Lash. Yeah, Time Lash.
Time Lash.
Maybe Lovecraft rides shotgun with the Doctor and then sees something like this and goes, "Oh, okay, now I'm going to write a story about this," because he was a little twisted.
And I think it would work well too, Christian, because it is cosmic horror. Lovecraft writing the Call of Cthulhu. I think it would work really well.
I mean, I would love to see a showdown between Cthulhu, but in this particular case, he took him down with the.
And just don't let him near an Italian great grandmother. They'll turn him into calamari.
So I like calamari. Calamari.
That's the way to defeat the monster.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Make him into salad. So I just, so that was my choice.
Make sure you put the rock on the thing and never let it get around your arm.
So that leaves me.
Oh boy.
Drum roll, please.
Yes, drum roll, please. The most deservedly maligned character or monster in Doctor Who.
I would even add underrated. Yeah.
Also underrated. Also very much underrated.
Very underrated.
But deservedly maligned because it was basically a green horse costume. Like those two people.
You and horses.
Those two people horse costumes that don't actually exist.
No, you and horses, yeah.
Imagine that with a lizard head, a paper mache lizard head.
Yeah, Nick already knows what it is.
Nick already knows what it is. You've got.
It better not be what I think it is.
The Merca.
I wanted that picture right there. I wanted that picture right there.
It's Kermit.
Plug your bug eyes in.
No. I use him. I knew him as Kermit when I watched this episode.
Wait, which episode is this from?
Warriors of the Deep.
Oh no! I looked at that. Oh man, Dave, why?
I want redemption for the Merca.
Dave, I'm sorry about my delayed reaction to this. I wanted to be sure before I unloaded on you for making this. No, I'm just kidding. But
I love the Silurians. I love the Sea Devils.
This is Kermit. This is Kermit that got Mad Piggy's dead type of thing. I'm gonna avenge her death.
I'm sorry, David. I'm gonna let you make your case. I had a delayed reaction, but go ahead. I'm so sorry.
As long as the paint is dry.
Oh yeah, it's objectively the worst costume ever in Doctor Who. I will accept that criticism, but that's why I want redemption for the Merca. We've seen the Silurians come back looking so good, and we've seen the Sea Devils come back.
I thought we were getting away from frogs.
looking great. Arguably, I know a lot of people don't like karate kicking the Merca.
Yeah, that's how you stop them.
Yeah, but the Merca was a genetically engineered sea monster that the Sea Devils controlled, almost like a pet, and it kind of just shuffles along and isn't particularly dangerous, but it's supposed to be this horrible warmongering, destructive thing. I want to see this in modern. There was when the Sea Devils came back for Jodie, there was a big sea monster, and a lot of people said, "Oh, was that the Merca?" No, it was not.
Oh.
It was a separate beast. So I want to see the Merca come back, and I don't want it to be a giant. I can see bigger. I can even see a Loch Ness monster gimmick with the Merca, but I would love to see a vaguely the same size, a 10-foot tall lizard thing with seaweed tentacle beard come through.
This is when you wrong a frog.
Dave, I respect that. I respect the heck out of that, because I would like to see a redemption, because Warriors of the Deep is the only story I was watching in the 5th Doctor's run, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That I like. There's 2 stories, right? There is the Highlanders and Warriors of the Deep. Those are the only 2 Doctor Who stories I've ever gotten stuck on, because I could not bring myself to finish the things. And I think the episode I got stuck on was the one where they introduced this guy as the cliffhanger. I think it was like a year before I went back to
I said, I thought it was Kermit the Frog when I first saw it. I was like, what did they do to Kermit?
I'm sorry. I love Dalek Lives Matters. I remember my grandpa coughing up stuff like that.
Yep.
They really tried. They put weed. They gave him a weed beard, and they draped stuff on him.
I love the ambition of Warriors of the Deep. It's one of those things that, like, uniquely classic Doctor Who fans, right? It's like some things, like the Star Wars Holiday Special, which I'm told never happened. It's like, that's just kind of bad, right? But like Doctor Who, it's like, no, we love all these things in it, but it's like, man, they really tried. Like, they really tried to make this thing work, and I respect the heck out of them for it, but I would love to see a redemption. That's a great pick.
There should have been another way.
There really should have.
Warriors of the
At what
Deep
cost?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Nick, Warriors of the Deep was not considered one of the 5th Doctor's best, but yeah, it had a really good premise, and I love the way that it ended. It was like, there should have been another way. I think that was good. And what was it? Defensive
When did the 5th
War?
Doctor come out again, in the 85 or 86?
That's 85.
85.
I was
This
9.
is 84. This one.
84.
84, so that means I was 8. 8 years old looking at this thing.
Kermit's evil brother. Evil little brother.
Be wearing a hoodie.
He's a New Yorker frog.
But all the monsters that we've been bringing about, I mean, they were like, they were kind of like today. Yeah, if we looked at them today, they're kind of jokey and rejects. But if we could CGI everything, the snot monsters that Sean brought up, and or was it the gel guards, or the Merca, or even Cthulhu?
Imagine that tapeworm I was going to pick. They made a book about it, kids' book about it.
Christian, what would you think of even doing these with just better practical effects? Because I think, like, a really good practical effect for some of these guys, like, or even a mixture. Do you think? Yeah.
I think if they did mixtures similar to what they did with the new Sea Devil design, I think would work really well. I wouldn't want a fully CGI version.
I didn't like the Sea Devils as much. I didn't like that they had, they what I call weeping angeled them, which means they gave them a little bit more power than I think they should have. They could jump onto a ship from 3 miles away. I'm like, what the hell, guys? Really? It was just like, I thought it was terrifying when you saw the Sea Devils coming out of the ocean. They were just walking towards.
Help the magic dragon.
What I love about the Sea Devils is that sword fight between Pertwee and Delgado.
Yeah.
Can I hope I'm not dominating that. Can I tell you guys, now that we've gone through this, can I tell you, like, for 2 seconds what I was gonna pick and didn't?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Sure. So I almost picked the Primords from Inferno.
Okay.
They are these werewolf-looking things that are made from lava. Like, well, they're not made from lava, but like these lava monsters.
Made
because
from the floor?
No, they're like goo. It's like this green goo that turns you into this werewolf thing. But the reason I didn't pick it was because
it makes you hairy.
Yeah, it does. Exactly. But the thing is, I think these things are so well realized in Classic Who, I almost don't want them to be redone because I don't want it to be a thing where there's like a better looking version in 2025. I would rather that stay the definitive version because that story is so good. Like, I showed this to my little brother who is a Doctor Who fan and had never seen Classic Who, and he just loved that story. And so I think, like, sometimes you just need to leave well enough alone. But I don't think that's the case with any of the ones we picked. Like, for example, the one you picked, Dave, that is not a leave well enough alone situation. That is the opposite of that. And I think it's kind of even in some stories that are considered good stories that have monsters that weren't, like, they didn't do much with them. I think they could do more, but with like, it's just like, I don't want anyone to try to redo like Genesis of the Daleks. To me, that would be like trying to recapture that story. It's like, just it's already so good. Why redo it? You know.
My second choice was a similar one in that I didn't want them to come back and be bad. It's the Mentors from Vengeance on Varos. Not that.
Okay.
That's on the screen now is your pick.
Primord.
The Primords. With the grid. Amazing. But yeah, Syl the Mentor. From Vengeance on Varos.
Yeah, the slimy guy with the tank, right?
Yeah.
The Ferengi slug. I call him a Ferengi slug because he was this capitalistic, corporate, money-grubbing grub. There we go, money-grubbing grub. That's a good description of them. And I'd love to see them come back, but
like my old boss.
They were so weirdly and uniquely cheesy. Like, you only got the face, and then the rest of the body was this, not even a puppet, just a hunk of foam rubber. And I really would like to see them come back, but I also wouldn't. They were done so. There we go. There's Syl. So all you get, and you can kind of see he's sitting, and you can that end of him is the end of him. They're an amphibious species. So they're often in water. They don't have legs. And
I'm
it's
sorry.
so well done in the way that it was done. I don't know that you could get them better.
Yeah.
Well,
Nabil
Shabam, who played Syl, I mean, he owned that character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he even did the tongue thing.
Yeah,
like,
thank you.
You can't even do that anymore.
Well, I mean,
just seeing him on the screen, I could just, if you lower your Zyton prices, like,
right.
It's just
he just owned that character. I mean,
Yeah.
there was the what was it when Perry's killed off? There the other guy
In Mind
that
Warp,
he's trying to rescue. Yeah, and it was just like, this belongs to Syl. He should be his own kind. He should almost be like the last of his kind or something like that. And he's just being the mobster guy that he
Last
is.
of the slime lords.
Yeah, exactly.
the slime lords.
The Slime Lords.
Syl Who spinoff show, right?
Yeah.
I think he did a fan base series on Syl, if I'm not mistaken.
He did a one-off, like a straight-to-video movie, which was very cool. He's a great actor.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, he's terrific. He does Hamlet. I mean, he played Hamlet on stage, so things. But I mean, like, I think he
From Hamlet to this.
exactly.
Oh, how
Yeah, Chad, if you haven't seen
the tongue thing,
Oh God!
or maybe it's from this to Hamlet. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
I am Horatio.
All right, let's wrap this episode up.
Yeah, let's wrap this episode up.
I'm not
Gadget,
showing
where
the
can we
tongue
find
thing.
you?
Let's see, Facebook, Instagram. Throw a stone or turn over a bad penny, you'll probably find me. But the only thing I've left coming up is the Botanical Garden. Well, no, sorry. This Friday, I'll be at the Boo at the Zoo at the Bronx Zoo. So if you guys see me there, say hi and everything. The Botanical Gardens, and on my birthday, that's in November. But The saddest thing is this. This will be my 20th anniversary doing Halloween for the kids. We just found out the guy that they were supposed to have locked up, he literally is stealing from children, basically our decorations and everything in the building. I called some people in the neighborhood. They also have had things stolen by this guy, and the police can't do anything. We've tried everything, and I'm asking people out there, if you're in the Bronx area of Riverdale, I'll just leave it as that. But and everything, I won't say because I don't want to really give my location away unless you want to help clean this place up and everything, meaning my apartment and everything and stuff. Because I'll put you to work. We need to stop this guy because we've lost. My neighbor's car seat was stolen. Some of my other packages were like from neighbors have been. And if I catch this guy, I'm half Italian. I got relatives that'll take care of him. Okay, I'm the type of person who will give you the shirt off my back, even though I have nothing. So please, people, think before you steal, think before you're doing, and think before you take things out of children's mouths. Don't steal Halloween decorations to make somebody else make yourself feel a joy where you just made a kid cry. You know what I mean and stuff. It's don't ruin that. And I want to be able to give back the way they gave back to me because there are children out there that they can't even get a Halloween costume, and I'm here helping them make something or giving them a extra trick or treat bed that somebody dropped off, saying for a kid who doesn't have anything. I mean, like I said, Bubblegum Kids just donated lollipops. You know what I mean? I mean, if you guys want to help, I'll try to get the links up for you guys and everything for the page and stuff. But we're trying to figure out something, and I may have to cancel it, and I don't want to do that because of somebody's greediness. So please, guys, be kind. The way the doctor says, kindness, just be kind.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Our Philosophy Is. I am going to be posting... Well, okay, you know what, guys? I'm going to be posting a lot of different things that occurred to me to post, and some of them are going to be Doctor Who related, and some of them are not. I appreciate the people who follow me on my channel, though, because they know that my posting can be a little bit sporadic. But I am slowly, with a lot of hiatus, going through the second Doctor's era of episodes, which Doctor Who fans can appreciate, going on hiatus with no explanation. And that's where I'm going over a lot of this stuff. So if you want to look at all that stuff and chat about it in a queer-friendly space, you can come over to my channel at Our Philosophy Is. I'd love to have you. Thank you.
Excellent. And Tom, where can we find you?
In his bed.
Somewhere. Oh, there we go. You can find me on the Geek Tea Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be, Dave knows, Nick knows, Gadget knows.
Mm-hmm.
We know. Yeah, it's been. I'm not gonna do the shows this week, but also I want to promote this because I'm a founding member. WHOoniverse Con coming Memorial Day to California. So Masters Universe fans, there's gonna be a con back in California with the help of Mega J Retro, Eternity Royalty, and the rest of us Mo2 fans. So if you're there, we got something coming.
Excellent. And speaking of Nick, where can we find you?
Come and find me on Nick Smith Films, the website, the Instagram. And I got to share this with you. The entire series of my Whiskers in the Dark mystery novels are out. So check them out. Dogs and cats solving crimes together. Okay.
It's
a series of novels.
I want the audiobook. I can't wait for the audiobook versions. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
Where all the cats talk like this. Yes, meow.
Meow.
Perfect, right?
Excellent. And you can find me most Sundays. You won't find me there for the next week or two, but Spill the Geek T at Spill the Geek T1. You can find me Mondays on Horses on Film, youtube.com/@horsesonfilm. The first Thursday of every month, Happiness Patrol, youtube.com/@Happiness Patrol Show. And Sean, I specifically want you to tune into the December episode.
Oakley dokley.
I won't say why, but if we're talking about Star Wars stuff.
Oh, it's not the Merca special.
It is the Star Wars Merca special. That's correct.
Yes.
Right.
First Thursday of that's the Merca. In between all of those, randomly as I have time, you can find me youtube.com/theradhole, DOTCA, That's the rathole.ca, but YouTube doesn't like URLs in their URLs.
Which never made sense.
Kristen, where can we find you and the Traveling TARDIS?
In my house, apparently. So this coming November, make sure you get your tickets now. MakersFairOrlando.com. It's the 13th annual Makers Fair located at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. If you like robots, and they will be fighting robots. Speaking of fighting robots, the Daleks of Florida will be there. Get your pictures out there. Get your tickets now. Again, November 8th and 9th at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. Don't forget, all this time up until October 31st, we will be showing the best of Halloween Horror Nights, Halloween pictures of the Traveling TARDIS. There's a lot more to upload and to come. You're going to see videos almost on a daily basis. I'm posting them as fast as I can, especially from Halloween Horror Nights. I wish we could go back out there, but my pass has expired. So, but there's more pictures coming. So, and as always, be safe out there for Halloween, folks. Please take care of yourselves. Check the bags for candy, and just have a good time. Next week, we're going to have our cosplay panel. A bunch of cosplayers that you may know offhand. They're going to be coming in here for a special Halloween special to talk costumes, cosplay, and everything you want to know about cosplay. We got these people coming out over here. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Thank you so much. Don't forget to say goodnight to Simon on the way out. And I think that's a wrap for this week. We're going to see you next week for our special cosplay panel. Thank you so much, folks. And don't forget Nev Fountain at the end of the month, talking about his books, Big Finish, and whatever else he wants to talk about out there. So everybody, don't forget to say goodnight to Simon on the way out. Thank you so much for joining us. And Tony, take us out.